Hello, welcome back for another video. In this video, I'm going to be doing something different. I'm going to be interviewing a Khmer Rouge Pol Pot survivor. She actually survived all that and she has a great story to tell us. It's a crazy story. She's basically my mom. She's basically my mom, and she's going to tell us a story how we got here, and I'm just going to go through and ask her a lot of questions, and she's going to be speaking in Khmer. So I'm going to ask her in English, and she's going to be answering in Khmer or Cambodian, and I'm going to translate it back to English so you guys will understand what she said. So without further ado, guys, let's go and get started. Again, she's my mom, and she's a Khmer Rouge, and she's a Pol Pot survivor. She went through all that, and let's see what kind of atrocity she has to tell us. So the first question is, I'm going to ask her, where were our family when the Khmer Rouge took over the capital?
No, Sri Bang. Hai ke jenis cantik Bang to village Opomwan, Tangan Opomwan. Rồi hai là ke jenis to nang sata kon tahian, sata group of tahian. Admin net srok ke.ទាំងអស់វា2000ទាំងអស់វា5000គ្រួសារ5000ទាហាន
Okay, so I'm going to translate that real quick. So she said that we were in Battambang and they took about 5,000 families from
family soldier.
All right, so I'm going to be asking her where our family was when the Khmer Rouge took over the capital of Cambodia, when they took over Phnom Penh. កាលពេលពួកយួនចូលទៅដល់ភ្នំពេញហ្នឹងគ្រួសារយើងនៅណាមែន
នៅបាត់ដំបង
គ្រួសារយើងនៅបាត់ដំបងរួចពេល so the next question I'm going to ask her is how when the Khmer Rouge got to Battambang, what did they do to all the families?
គេបញ្ជូនទៅនៅ village ថ្ងៃពីពួយ
So basically, when the Khmer Rouge got to Battambang province, where we were at, they took all the families to Kamping Pui. That's basically out in the country. Okay, so the other question I'm going to ask her is, how many families did they take from Battambang, and who did they take? They took 5,000 soldiers.
Okay, 5,000 soldier family tao. I didn't call a question. I call her. Okay. So I'm just gonna let her talk, guys. So I'm just gonna let her tell the story, and then I'll go ahead and translate it later on. Hello, my enjoy your match chopping. Can you prep or chop some chop? Mai có hôm chôn tôi hai tôi chôn tập bát bò, đang chôn tập bát bò tao từ trình liên, từ chi chôn nâu khai bát bò nó tao tam biếc xài, tao tam spray, hay chi chôn trà nắng bình mà khai bát bò nó ăn miếng mang vô sấy thế, tụi ấy cái áo tranh được luôn mà nè ban ta khao áo, trình liệt một vẹn là nam miên lan, cái sna lan, ấp mày con sna lan là nam miên một chỗ.
ឥឡូវនេះប្រហែលប្រហែលអ្នកម៉ែគេឲ្យចេញទៅបាត់ដំបងហ្នឹង
បើឯងនិយាយថា family មកបាត់ដំបងច្រើនណាស់
ខ្ញុំដឹងហើយប្រហែលប្រមាណ1000នាក់ប្រជាជននៅបាត់ដំបងទាំងអស់ហ្នឹង
ប្រជាជននៅបាត់ដំបងច្រើនណាស់ប្រហែលរាប់ម៉ឺន
Okay, so okay, so the question I asked her, guys, what did the Khmer Rouge do when they got to Battambang? They basically vacated the whole province. A province is almost like a county. You know, Battambang is basically like one of the very big province in Cambodia. So they vacated everybody in the province, and they told them to go to the countryside, which is one of it is Kamping Pui, and they can't take anything with them. They can't take any of their belongings, just some of their clothes, and and that's where we got so far. So the other question is, I'm gonna ask her where they took us and what did they do to all the people when they got there. ពេលទៅដល់ហ្នឹងពេលគេយកពេលគេឲ្យពួកខ្មែរចេញពីបាត់ដំបងហ្នឹងគេយកពួកខ្មែរទៅកពីងពួយហ្នឹងគេឲ្យពួកខ្មែរធ្វើខ្លះហ្នឹង
ស្រែវិជ្ជការ
So they base
គេចែកដីឡូឲ្យធ្វើគុំផ្ទះនៅហើយគេឲ្យធ្វើស្រែវិជ្ជការ
ខ្មែរឲ្យនិយាយទៅចឹងខ្ញុំបកហើយ
ដល់ពេលគេបញ្ជូនចេញទៅដល់ខ្ញុំទៅពេញពួយហ្នឹងគេចែកដីឡូឲ្យតាមគ្រួសារហើយឲ្យធ្វើគុំផ្ទះនៅរៀងខ្លួនហើយរួចហើយគេដាក់ទិសខ្មែរពីខ្មែរផងថាដាក់ទិសឲ្យទៅធ្វើស្រែធ្វើចការហើយអ្នកណាដែលគេមិនទិលសង្ស័យថាធ្វើជាកេញសម្ងាត់របស់ទាហានរាជការដល់នោះគេយកទៅស្លាប់រត់យកគេតែងតែមកយកមកគ្រួសារព្រោះទាហានទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងនៅក្នុងការត្រួតត្រារបស់ខ្មែរក្រហមហើយអ្នកណាគេសង្ស័យគេយកទៅស្លាប់រាល់ទៅយករហូតដល់គេសម្រាប់ថាឡូវគេសម្រាប់អស់ហើយអ្នកដែលគេសង្ស័យហ្នឹងទុកដល់អ្នក
Alright guys, so I'm gonna translate that real quick. So she basically said that when we got to the camp or the village, they basically gave people land, like a piece of land to build a little house on, and then for them to work growing crops. And then each day they would take a family that they would think that would go against the Communist Party, that were traitors that were still loyal to the king. They would take the whole family and they would kill them all. Each day they would take a different family and they would kill them all until they think that there would be no more traitors left to the Communist Party. And they killed a lot of people. And let's ask her how many people or how many families did my mom see them take when she was there. ពេលម៉ែនៅកន្លែងក្រុងហ្នឹងម៉ែបានឃើញគេយកគ្រួសារប្រមាណអ្នកទៅសម្លាប់គេមិនអត់ធ្វើនេះយកទៅពេលយប់ទេពេលយប់រួចរួចគេស្លាប់ទាំងអស់គ្នាគេស្លាប់ទាំងគ្រួសារខ្លះសម្លាប់ទាំងអស់គ្រួសារខ្លះសម្លាប់តែប្តីទៅគ្នា Okay, so I basically asked her how if she's seen how many families did she seen them take, and she said that they only take them at night, and then some of the families they would kill the entire families, the kids, the wife, everybody, and then some families they would kill just the husband. So basically, whoever they think that might revolt or rebel against the Communist Party, and so I want to go ahead and rebut or refute the myth saying that all soldiers and their family were killed, because my mom said they did not kill all the soldiers, and I'm gonna let her elaborate on that. So I'll speak in Khmer, and then she's gonna speak in Cambodian, and then I'm gonna translate in English. And if you guys get confused on any of this, you could comment below, and I'll try to explain everything, see if we can make it more clear. So មកពីហ្នឹងគេថាគេស្លាប់ពួកទាហានទាំងអស់ហើយនឹងគេស្លាប់គ្រួសារទាហានទាំងអស់អាហ្នឹងមិនត្រូវណាម៉ែអត់ត្រូវទេមិននិយាយប្រាប់ទៀតឲ្យវែងទៀតមកនិយាយប្រាប់តាមបាត់ដំបងមួយទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងឯងបើម៉ែដឹងទាំងអស់នោះមកពីគេត្រូវការពួកទាហានទៅធ្វើស្រែដែរបើគេស្លាប់ទាំងអស់អត់មានពួកនឹងធ្វើស្រែទេអានោះតេតងទៅតាមប្រាប់ថាទៅតាមសេរីទៅតាមទីក្រុងទៅតាមភូមិទៅតាមស្រុកខ្លះគេស្លាប់ទាំងអស់ស្រុកខ្លះគេមិនស្លាប់ទាំងអស់ទេស្រុកខ្លះដូចថាបើនៅក្រុងអីគេស្លាប់ទាំងអស់ប្រហែលបើពួកទាហាននៅក្រុងអីOkay, so she said that all the soldiers were not killed. Some province they killed all the soldiers, maybe the ones that still held a lot of allegiance to the king. Even though the king fled Cambodia, the king took his whole family to France, and he fled Cambodia for his people to die. So I have no respect for the king, and I have no respect for this current king either. So I don't know why people. So we're not gonna get into that. We're just gonna finish this story right here, guys. I'm probably gonna get a lot of negative comments on that one because there's probably still a lot of people supporting the current king right now. So I'm gonna ask her where they took, because we wanted to know where. So this video is gonna be about how our family got here and basically what we had to go through. And from my understanding, my mom told us that my dad was a captain in the army, and I want to know how this family survived. So if our dad was a captain in the army, how did we get here, and how did we survive?
មកពីអវ៉ៃអ្នកស្រុកជួយប្រជាជនជួយពេលដែលគេស្លាប់ទាហានមកប្រទេសហ្នឹងគេរើសអ្នកធំទាំងអស់ឲ្យទៅជុំគ្នាហើយគេស្លាប់ចោលគេបាញ់ចោលកន្លែងហ្នឹងទាំងអស់តែអវ៉ៃហ្នឹងគេប្រឡែងព្រោះអ្នកភូមិទាំងអស់គ្រប់គ្រងអ្នកភូមិទាំងអស់ថាទាហានម្នាក់នេះមនុស្សល្អជួយប្រជាជនហើយប្រជាជនជួយហើយខ្មែរក្រហមលែងទៅអវ៉ៃមកមួយឯងខ្មែរក្រហមលែងអវ៉ៃមកមួយអ្នកធំនឹងប្រមាណបាញ់ចោលទាំងអស់ប៉ុន្តែម៉ែថាគាត់អ្នកលាក់ខ្លួននៅជាមួយកូនទាហានអីលាក់ខ្លួននឹងខ្មត់ផងថ្ងៃកាលក្នុងបាត់ដំបងដល់គេបញ្ជូនទៅបាត់ដំបងលាក់ខ្លួនជាមួយកូនទាហានណាដឹងហើយដល់ពួកកូនទាហានគេទុកតែកូនទាហានទេមកកន្លែងហ្នឹងបាទហើយនេះទៅគេបញ្ជូនកូនទាហានឲ្យចេញទៅក្រៅបាទហើយអវ៉ៃទៅជាមួយគេទៅទាំងពុំសារាយទាំងអីមកកងឲ្យលាក់ខ្លួនមកកុំលាក់ខ្លួនគេស្លាប់ងាប់ខ្ញុំដឹងហើយចោះបើគេមិនស្លាប់កូនទាហានដដែលចុះម៉ែថាពួកអ្នកក្រុងជួយគាត់មិនកើតចឹងបើគាត់នៅជាមួយកូនទាហានដដែលទាហានអាហ្នឹងកៅទៅនៅប្រទេសដែលអវ៉ៃកាប់ហ្នឹងដែលខ្មែរក្រហមប្រឡែងមកអ្នកស្រុកជួយជុំមកហ្នឹងរត់មកផ្ទះនៅបាត់ដំបងខ្មោចកងថាគុំនៅផ្ទះឆាប់ចូលទៅជាមួយកូនទាហានព្រោះគេរើសកូនទាហានប្រហែលជា5,000នាក់ទុកក្នុងសាលាមួយសម្រាប់បញ្ជូនទៅក្រៅហើយអវ៉ៃហ្នឹងរត់អត់ហ៊ាននៅផ្ទះទេស្លៀកពាក់កូនទាហានហ្នឹងចូលទៅជាមួយទាំងសារាយទាំងអីហ្នឹងចូលជាមួយពួកកូនទាហានសាប់កូនទាហានអូពូសារាយក៏ចូលទៅធ្វើកូនទាហានដែរអូខេពូសារាយក៏មានសាក់ដែរ Okay, so I'm going to translate that to English real quick, guys. So my dad was a captain in the army, so he was you could say that was middle rank. It's not higher ranking, but it's not also low ranking. And at that time they were taking everyone that had any ranks, like all officers from lieutenants and above. Mostly they killed all of them. They killed like almost all of the officers from lieutenants and above. And so my grandfather and a lot of the villagers told my dad, which was a captain in the army, he said that to go ahead and take off your rank, you're going to be just a regular soldier. You're going to be an enlisted soldier. So that's basically what he did. And at that time they were gathering all the enlisted soldiers, and so all of the soldiers could actually go to work at a camp. So they were saving those soldiers to work as far as inside some type of labor camp, and they needed him. So basically my father, which was a captain, he basically went with the soldiers and pretended to be an enlisted man, and that's actually how he survived. And so we're going to get further into the question, and I'm gonna let my mom speak in Cambodian. I'm also gonna speak to her in Cambodian sometimes, but I'm gonna translate it in English. So without further ado, let's go ahead and continue, and I'm gonna ask her, let me see. So when our family got to the camp and they gave us the land and we built the house on, what did our family do? កាលហ្នឹងពេលគេឲ្យដីពួកយើងរួចយើងពួកយើងធ្វើផ្ទះរួចធ្វើឲ្យដាំដំណាំដាំចេកដាំពៅបន្លែប្រឡុកអីហ្នឹងកាលពួកយើងខ្លួនឯងកាលពួកយើងដាំហ្នឹងពួកយើងដាំនៅដីយើងហីដាំនៅដីយើងប៉ុន្តែដំណាំហ្នឹងយកទៅដាក់ចូលក្នុងក្រុមទាំងអស់អត់មានឲ្យឯកជនអត់មានឲ្យឯកជនទេហើយនឹងគេឲ្យដាំអីខុសគ្នាឬគេឲ្យដាំអីដូចគ្នាចាំដាំទៅប៉ុន្តែអូខេប៉ុន្តែមានផលហ្នឹងយកទៅឲ្យពួក
កុំនេះទាំងអស់
យកទៅដាក់ក្រុមមកដូចថា
ដាក់នៅដាក់នៅ
ដឹងហើយគេមាន leader មួយ
Okay,ខ្ញុំដឹងខ្ញុំយល់ហើយ Okay, so I basically asked her what our family did when they took us to the village and they put us to the camp. So remember I told you that each family were given a piece of land to build a little house and to grow stuff. So basically our family grew we grew banana, we grew a lot of vegetables, and we grew a lot of fruits, and every family at that village did that too. And so that's basically enough for us. So we were growing it, and then we had to take all of the fruits, all of our hard work and sweat and everything that we grew, we had to take it to the Communist Party, and they would put it at like almost like a vault. Well, not a vault, but almost like a storage place for food. And then from there on, they would actually disperse the food. But it's all I look at you, man. Yes, so from there on, they would disperse the food, guys. And so let's go ahead and get into further it. Okay.
ពេលទៅដល់ក្នុងភូមិនឹងហើយគេជ្រើសក្រុមក្នុងមួយក្រុមមានគេជ្រើស10គ្រួសារក្នុង10គ្រួសារគេជ្រើសយកមេក្រុមមួយហើយគេក៏ជ្រើសเอาไว้នឹងធ្វើជាមេក្រុមក្នុង10គ្រួសារនឹងគាត់ត្រួតត្រាមើលគ្រួសារក្នុង10គ្រួសារហ្នឹងហើយក្នុង10គ្រួសារហ្នឹងដីគេចែកឲ្យ1 ឡូមួយគ្រួសារហ្នឹងដាំដំណាំគ្រប់គ្នាដំណាំអីក៏បានហើយដល់ពេលដាំហើយយកមកដាក់រួមហើយដល់លើកដំបូងអូខេយកមកដាក់រួមដល់លើកទី2មើលទៅវាគ្មានបានផលខំប្រឹងហើយក៏មេក្រុមហ្នឹងប្រាប់កូនក្រុមទាំងអស់គ្នាថារកបើថាបានផលដំណាំបានផលដូចជាចេកក្តីអំពៅក្តីដូងអីក៏ដោយនាំគ្នាកាប់ញ៉ាំខ្លះទៅកាប់ហូបខ្លះទៅអានឹងពួកខ្មែរខំតែប្រាប់เอาไว้នឹងមេក្រុមហ្នឹងប្រាប់កូនក្រុមណាបាទប្រាប់កូនក្រុមហ្នឹងព្រោះអីយកទៅដាក់រួមវាមិនបានឆ្អែតគ្រប់ពេលហើយខំប្រឹងធ្វើការហើយដល់អញ្ចឹងទៅកូនក្រុមហ្នឹងក៏ធ្វើតាមដល់កូនក្រុមធ្វើតាមទៅដល់ពេលប្រមូលផលយកទៅដាក់ក្រុមវាអត់មានដល់អត់មានដល់ប្រធានសហគមន៍គេថាហេតុអីក៏ក្រុមខ្លួនឯងអត់មានផលហើយគេថាមិនដឹងហើយក៏កូនក្រុមទាំងអស់ថាឆ្នាំនេះវាមិនសូវមានផ្លែអីអញ្ចឹងហើយដល់គេខឹងដល់ប្រធានសហគមន៍ខឹងគេបញ្ជូនមកក្រុមហ្នឹង10គ្រួសារហ្នឹងឲ្យទៅធ្វើចការនៅព្រៃធំមក10គ្រួសារព្រៃធំហ្នឹងឆ្ងាយគាត់មកក្រុមវាមាន10គ្រួសារបាទព្រៃធំហ្នឹងឆ្ងាយណាស់ហើយគេបញ្ជូនឲ្យស្លាប់បញ្ជូនទៅឲ្យងាប់10គ្រួសារហ្នឹងទៅកន្លែងនេះសិតចាញ់
Alright guys, so I'm going to translate that real quick so I don't get lost. So basically, when they took us, they gave us a piece of land and to grow to build a house and to grow the crops on. There were actually 10 families in a group. And for some reason, they actually chose my father to be the leader. I guess because, I don't know, maybe he was a good soldier and he helped a lot of people, I don't know. But the group actually chose my father to be the leader, and so a couple times where they grew, all of the stuff that they grew, they would take it to the vault to feed the Communist Party, to feed all the the Pol Pot and the Khmer soldier. They didn't get enough for themselves to eat, and they were starving. So a couple more times later, my father, which was the leader of the group, he actually told the other 9 family members to go ahead and keep some for themselves and eat some. Don't take all of it. So what happened was they kept on doing that, and so when it was time for them to harvest, when it was the season to harvest all the crops, they didn't have any crops to take over to give to the Communist Party. So the Communist Party asked him, like, where's all the crops at? We tell you to grow and then you guys don't have anything to show. So instead of killing these 10 families, they actually took this 10 families, my family included, to a different camp, which was very, very far away. It's like up in the jungles, and they basically sent us there for us to die. And I don't know why they didn't kill us. I don't know what their motive were. Maybe, I don't know, they were short on ammo, but I know they was brutal. But yeah, so they sent us to somewhere far up in the jungles. And let's go ahead and continue. I'm going to ask my mom some more questions. So when we got to up to the other jungle, what do?
ดังเราไปจูนเต้าไปจูนตัวเราเปรย์นึงรออัดมีผลึกไงสตับเปรย์กระมีผลึกไงเปรย์นึงสตับมีสัตว์สหาวสตับมีคลามีผลเปรย์สตับสัตว์สหาวสำหรับซีมันหนึ่งให้โจลเต้าเปรย์มันจะตกเจ้าอยู่ให้ครูไอ้พวกเนี่ยภูมินึงรถเจนในขมายของมันดอกโจลเต้าแต่น้ำมีดำเจ๊กดำเตียบดำใส่ลงลายปิ้งให้กับเบี้ยมันสลัดดอกโจลเต้าน้องคณีเรื่องสปายเชิญอยู่มา
รู้พวกคลายหอมอดดังทำเป็นไฟมันได้อดดังเลย
มองกันไล่นี่กันไล่ใจมันหัวให้ดอกโจลว่าขนาวตุ้มดาวเจ๊กตุ้มดาวมาใส่โดงไอ้จุ๊รู้
ไม่บ้านมันนึกว่าเป็นมดเราไอ้เก่งไรนึง
มันงัวเตะเนี่ยสองรถเจนเป็นขมาย
โอเค
เนี่ยสองรถเจนตัวตามมีขมายความเป็นการกำ
Alright guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and translate that real quick. So basically, when we got there to the jungle, it's like deep. It was like deep in the forest, and there are lots of animals. There are like wild animals, like lions, or not lions, but tigers and elephants, and a lot of wild animals there that could actually kill us. So they were sending these 10 families, my family included, to our death. You know, thinking that, you know, like these people would probably die of starvation or they get bit by animals. Animals would kill them. Now this village, or you know, up in this jungle, it was actually a village before where a lot of the older people, or the people that used to live there, actually ran away when the Khmer Rouge took over the country. So they basically fled their home too. And when this 10 family, including my family, were sent there, there were already a lot of stuff there, guys. There were like coconuts, bananas, like everything was just, it was so plentiful, so lushful as far as fruits, all kinds of fruits, like, you know, and the Khmer Rouge didn't know that, you know, they just know that it was a vacant village, and they thought that they were sending these 10 families to meet their doom, but it was actually the opposite. When they sent these 10 families, yeah, there was so much food, there were so much fruits and bananas, coconuts, everything, like papaya, and you know, we were happy, you know, we were eating full now. So that's where we got so far, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and answer one more question, and we're gonna end the video because the video is getting long, and we're gonna go ahead and start another part. So make sure you guys stay tuned. There's gonna be, I don't know how many parts, because we're gonna start from start to finish, from all the way to where we got here to the US. So I'm gonna have her add something else, and then we're gonna end it. My gate it.
อันท่าได้กินจูนเต้านั้นเกี่ยวเอาเมียนก้อเอาเมียนมาหอบสุบีกับฮาร์ดจริงก้อมาหอบไตรสารเตะผู้ไอ้ดังถ่ายกินจูนเต้านั้นเกี่ยวมันเอาใส่ตัวอ๋อใบยังตัวแก
เอาตัวใดตัวเต้
เอาตัวถ่ายยังโยไอ้บ้านยังแรงไอ้บ้านเมียนก้อเมียนเปรย์ตามพูดบ้านตั้งแต่เอาเมียนเอายังgovernment ขมายเขาเนาะเอายังเอาสบีกับฮาร์ดตัวเต้
โอ้โอเคแกเอายังดักแกเอายังเอาไปบ้านพอนะแกเอายัง
แรงใส่ตาเอาไว้นึงการน้ำเมียนตาทงอ่ะตู้เอาไว้ในแรงกอทำความเจจนคลานั้นน้องในแรงกอตามเจอให้เลยเขาเอามาโฮมาฮาโยนตัวประมาณบางสิบนั่งให้แกเอาตะกับจักราแกเอาตะกับในนัดจะเปรย์ทอมนั่งถวยจักราบัดถวยการแกไปจุ่มมาโฮเอาบัดถวยการอันนั้นสลับคนไอ้หนู
รู้ยมจงส่งมาเที่ยวสันจำยมบอกไปรู้การนั้นยมมันต้องการเลยเมียนตะตุยันสนายตุยันสนาอายุมาในกันนึง
ทอมบุญชนะทอมทอมบุญชนะเป็นคนไอ้การที่จะมาเกิดเมืองเดียทอมปีใบชนะทอมใบชนะทอมใบชนะมาตุนบ้านตุนจะมีเจ๊ดา
โอเค
ตุนเจ๊ดา
บ้านรู้ครูซายังมีตะบุญเนี่ยอาจจะมีตะไม้ตุยชนะให้นักพกชนะOkay, so I'm going to translate that real quick, guys, and then we're going to go ahead and end the video. So when they sent us to the jungle, to the faraway village, this 10 family, they didn't give them anything to take with them. They basically told them that whatever you could hold or whatever you could carry, you could take. So some of them, you know, like they didn't give us like anything to like a luggage or well, not luggage. What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, so they basically gave you like a little bag or like a backpack and whatever you could put in there, and that's all you have. So they basically had nothing. So they basically, like I said, they sent them there to meet their doom. And at that time I wasn't born yet. It was my mom, my dad, and my two older brother. And yeah, so when they went there, yeah, they were giving nothing, and they were setting these 10 families to die, but that wasn't the case. When these 10 families got there was so much food, fruits, and coconuts, and everything that was left from the villagers that fled that village. So okay guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. Okay, she says she wants to ask something else, and then we're gonna end it, and then we'll go ahead and end it. Okay.
ពេលតបល់ហ្នឹងឲ្យនាំគ្នាធ្វើខ្ទមនៅហើយដល់នេះទៅគេប្រាប់ថាឲ្យកាប់ព្រៃហ្នឹងដាំដំណាំធ្វើចការឲ្យបានផលហើយដល់នេះទៅក៏នាំគ្នាបើកាប់ដំណាំបើកាប់ព្រៃហ្នឹងធ្វើដំណាំបានផលគេបញ្ជូនមហូបមកឲ្យបើថាមិនបានផលគេអត់ឲ្យទេហើយក៏នាំគ្នាខំប្រឹងកាប់ព្រៃកាប់អីទៅនាំគ្នាដាំកបាស់ហើយដល់ដាំកបាស់បានទៅបានរាជការខ្មែរក្រហមហ្នឹងអ្នកធំខ្មែរក្រហមហ្នឹងបញ្ជូនស្បៀងទៅឲ្យដល់តែមានផលបានគេបញ្ជូនទៅឲ្យស្បៀងស្អីទៀតទៅមហូបអីមហូបស្បៀងអាហារមហូបដូចកចំព្រៃអំបិលហ្នឹងអាហ្នឹងចប់ឲ្យចប់មកវគ្គហ្នឹងហើយ
Okay, so she basically said that when they were sent there, when these 10 families got there was nowhere to stay, so they actually built themselves a little hut. And then the Khmer Rouge leader told them that they would have to actually give them progress, like as far as giving food, like as far as planting and growing all these crops, because this is the reason why they were sent there, because they ate all the crops and they didn't have any to give to the Communist Party. So the Communist Party said that if you give us plenty of crops and plenty of your fruits of labor, and if you have stuff to give us, a lot of stuff to give us, we'll actually send you rice and salt and fish and all this other stuff. But if not, then you're going to be there starving and left to die. Right? Okay guys, that's going to conclude this episode. I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for the next episode, because it's going to be a long one. I don't know how many episodes. It might be, I don't know. It's going to be a lot. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.